In this video, we are going to look into title in index in the 2D module. Title in index will, once set, allow you to quickly create a summary table that then enables you to jump directly at a specific page directly within your 2D interface. These information, or title and index, are actually attributes that are assigned to your printing frames, whether they are laser frames or plotter frames. This information will be found as any attribute. Once you activate the item, go to modify, and you will see here find two new fields, index and title. You can send them here manually, and we are going to look into later in the video how we can actually automate these fields using the layouts and the auto export from the 3D module. So first, again, simply to create a title or an index, you will simply need to select your frames and go to the modify dialog and set them here. For you to be able to create easily the title and summary that I placed here on the first page, this is something that can be then done automatically when you go to add, text, special text, and under laser and plotter frame, you will find here at the bottom 4 types of special text. The first one is frame index. It needs to be placed in a frame for it to display the information from that frame. And same go for the title special text. These are the ones that I've used here, and we will see again in my layout file. So when I run the export, all my page came directly with their title and index written at the bottom of the page. This information, of course, is fixed. So if I come here to change my title, it will change automatically the content of that text. That's the main purpose of these special text. So to come back here to the summary, you will simply need to go add, text, special text, plotter frame, and here you have two choices. You have table of content, index and title, the one I added here. And if you don't want to work with index, you can actually simply combine title and frame numbers, giving you the page number of your corresponding frame. Of course, to make this easier, we've introduced some F keys that will help you out managing these index. So you can easily add and modify a text. But what's also interesting is the ability to update. So here, if I were to select my table, I can simply edit or update the content of the text with a simple keystroke without having the need to get rid of these to replace with others. So here I changed the name of the second page. So if I select this and Shift F2 in my case, was it Shift F2? Shift F3, it will automatically update the content. So how can we then automate this to have the right information coming directly from your export? And for this, we will have to use different ways based on the type of export we want to use. The one I used here is simply the export solid. So if we come here in the 3D file, in the export solid, what I would like to use as title in index could be information from the export solid directly. I would like, for example, the page name here to be the index, and the name of the view, if there is only one view inside, of course, should be used as title. So to be able to link this information, we will need to go in the layout file. which we can open here by clicking on the 2D. It's already open on my end. And here, with the frame you want to use, if you use our official 2026 layout, you should find a new layout available in your Export Solid layout, set with title and index. So here, I want to use the page name and view name. So the first thing is I will need to make sure that I know which macro to use based on the information I'm seeking. So here we'll have page name 4010, and then we have the view name. So the view name here might be available here on the left side, so 4002. So simply here, by selecting the frame, we'll simply go as we did earlier to modify and simply use these macros as index and title content. We see here that I've also added and used these special text that actually return currently the macros that are set within the title and index area. Once this is done, we simply need to run the export, and we will have exactly the result we've seen earlier, with each page the right information, allowing you to quickly generate this kind of layout. Of course, this is not only useful for Export Solid, and I'm going to show you something that we could use, for example, for to sort like wall drawing, for example. So let's have a look at this other example in our 3D, and I'm going to open the layout for my wall export. And in here, I'm just going to go on the layout I would like to use. So this one here, that should display on the first page the structure, followed by a duplication of this page by the amount of layers I have on the left side. And then we have here the same, but for the layer from the opposite page. So here, I would like the title and index to give me information about the wall. So let's say that the title should be the group of my wall, and the index should be like, are we looking at the structure, or is this the first layer or second layer, and so on. So for this, we are going to first change all of these frames to assign the group as title. And I'm just going to keep the frame on screen. It's going to be so much easier. So the group, it's the macro 1001, so modify, index, and 1001 pound. Then the first one here should simply specify that this is structure. So here you don't need to always use macros. You can force specific values, of course. And this one here will be a bit specific for these two, because I wish to actually combine multiple information into the title, because I wish to have layer reference 1, layer reference 2, or layer opposite 1, layer opposite 2. So for this, we have actually a macro that allows you that gives you the value of the layer. Is it number 1, number 2, and so on. But in order to combine macros with other text, we will need here to write this specific way. So here I will simply go layer ref, and here we'll add the pound key followed by 4201. This one here, modify. Oh, that's not the frame. Modify, title, layer opposite, and that's going to be 4202. Just going to make sure to also set here the index, which should be 1001 pound. It's like it was not active earlier, just making sure that everything is set properly. It seems like it. So now that this is done, let's just run an export and meet again in the 2D file. So in the 2D now, if we didn't go in any pages, we'll see that if I select my frames and go to modify, we have the right index, so giving me the group of my wall, followed by what we are actually looking at. So in that case here, the structure. This one here is a combination of the title between this value here, so the macro returns a unique value, but we wanted to give more information. So now it's going to tell us layer reference 1, and same goes for the following page that have been duplicated. So here we will have layer ref 2, 3, and opposite 1. So then here I'm just going to add the table of content using text, special text, laser plotter frame, and here index title that I'm going to add here, let's say on the right and on the left side here. And here we have then a table of content listing all of the wall we have, so sorted by group, and then for each of them we will have exactly the way they are organized with all the layers, and we can directly jump on the drawings directly. So even if it's not something that you use to print on PDF, but simply something that you want to include for you to quickly jump into specific pages, that's also something that can be really useful to work with. So any way that you use it, I hope that you will be able to include this to your workflow. And one thing that is specific to note here and keep in mind is the link I showed you, so the ability to jump directly at specific location. This is something that we are currently working to implement for the PDF print. So at the moment, it's not something that is implemented, but this is something that we are looking into, and we hope that we will be able to have this feature in the next version or so. Thank you again for watching, and see you the next time.